brings out all that is best and it removes all that is base. With these insightful lines, I deem it a great privilege to extend warm pleasantries to our revered dignitaries, august guests, sagacious management members, and amiable contestants. Zenith, where knowledge transcends, inspires the adoption of innovative pedagogical practices that utilize the existing and emerging technologies for nurturing both creative thinking, 21st century skills, and competence. So, on behalf of NGF's fraternity, I welcome you all to Zenith 2023 Interschool 2 Days Mega Event. Yesterday, we conducted radio show on social issues, tribal art depicting Madhubani art, chemistry symposium on supramolecule chemistry. And in today's flair, we have Youth Parliament on Uniform Civil Code, Tete-a-Tete on Business Tycoons, Maths Myriad on Application of Mathematics in Modern Technology. We are indeed fortunate to have the pioneers of promising ideas amongst us to adjudge the aligned activities. It's time to felicitate our esteemed panel of judges. To adjudge Maths Myriad, we have amongst us Mr. Keshav Agarwal, Director of Exemplar Point Private Limited and a veteran of memory enhancement. He completed his MBA from IMT Ghaziabad and 1-year certification in data science from IIT Chennai. Enterprising mentor, pioneer of career counseling with 25 years of glorious experience in teaching mathematics. Shaurav, please greet our revered guests with token of warmth. Welcome to you, sir.
So, just tell me some practical applications because I couldn't see much. It was more of theory. So, where exactly we can use? Do you have any computer background? Any language you have done? Which one?
Well, this is I basically use some pictures and some.
No, I'm asking, do you have any knowledge about Python or something?
No, sir.
You don't have, okay. So, I want to collect a set of beautiful ladies or girls in this world. So, can we use set for that?
Yeah, of course, sir.
So, we can have that collection of beautiful ladies in a set.
Of course, sir. Their universal set are all the human beings, and
Okay.
the sets of the beautiful ladies.
So, how do you define a beauty then? So, will Aishwarya Rai come there? Huh?
Of course, sir.
But I don't like.
That depends.
So, when something depends, how can you call it a set?
Sir, it depends upon the person who make the collection
So what is a set? What is the definition of a set?
well-defined collection of elements.
Of what elements?
Of elements which is reliable on all.
Chalo, thank you.
Find out the climb angle, path traveled, or the descent angle, which is very crucial while landing a plane. Moving further, we have criminology. Trigonometry is very useful for crime-related investigations because it provides us a method to find out the trajectory of a projectile, which enables us to predict the possible causes of a road or car accident. Finally, I would like to conclude this presentation with a beautiful quote of Albert Einstein, that is, mathematics is in its own way the poetry of logical ideas. Thank you.
Right, Shashank, right? Shashank and Jatin. Fine. So, Jatin, you are standing in a lake, right? Joining a lake, and you see a cloud right at the top. And then you see the image of the cloud somewhere at the bottom of the lake.
Yes, sir.
So, is it possible for us to find the height of the cloud?
Sir, if we are discussing the ideal case, then I can assume that the height of the cloud above that lake will also be equal to the height of the image below that lake, and then I can simply apply some basic trigonometric functions to calculate out the measurements.
Okay. There's a lot of rain happening in Delhi, and there's an unprecedented rain in May we never
Yes,
expected. So you're out in a rain, and say rain is falling vertically. So will trigonometry help us in knowing some angles you have to hold umbrella?
Yes, sir. Sir, basically, this is the concept of relative velocity, which we study in physics class 11. Here we basically tan theta tan theta will be equal to the vertical velocity upon horizontal velocity, where vertical velocity can be taken as the velocity of rain, and the horizontal velocity can be taken of the person which is moving in that rain.
So we'll have to hold the umbrella 90 degree or some other degree. Just
No, sir, not at right 90 degree, because while we are moving, the angle at which relatively rain comes at us changes. So we need to shift our umbrella little bit downside or accordingly.
hello, good. How many trigonometric ratios are there?
Sir, we have 6 basic trigonometric ratios as mentioned earlier.
Why not 7? Why only 6?
Sir, because
Did you ever think why we have only 6 trigonometric
no,
ratios?
sir, I never thought of it. I can give a reason for that. Means we have basically 3 sides of a triangle, and the present ratios are able to cover the all possible relations of these 3 sides. So we don't require any more basic trigonometric ratios.
The requiring is a different thing. But there has to be logic why we had 6. Okay. Chalo, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Coordinator. Before I begin, let's just consider this for a moment. Let's sink in. We are all here in this room, in this school, at this exact moment of time. I'm about to present. You guys are willing to listen. What is the probability of that happening? Honestly, I don't know, but it's quite small. But it's happening, and that is the essence of probability. Okay, let us begin. So now, okay, probabilistic theory is a branch of mathematics that deals with the study of random events, randomness, chaos.
You watch cricket or you play cricket?
I'm not really interested in cricket. I think it's a bit overrated. That might be an unbiased.
So no idea about cricket.
I have idea about
So
cricket.
can we use probability in IPL? How?
Yes, so we could like
What all
analyzing
interesting?
cricket statistics, like we could say where the Indian team playing against the Australian team, we could see that like their opening batsman, what's the likelihood, what is the best course of what type of balls that could be for, as in like
Yeah.
I don't know much about cricket either, but like for a bowler, he could analyze the previous data, previous matches, look at how likely does he hit this shot versus this ball, and then throw his ball accordingly. Like throw a fast ball instead of a slower one.
Also to add, so I'm doing machine learning also. So I'm using
Okay,
machine
good.
learning on Chess 960, which is a variant of chess actually. And in Chess 960, there are actually 960 different positions. Like one of that position, starting position, is a normal chess also. So on that, I have a lot of data, around like 2 GB of data.
Mhm.
So they're like 960 positions. Each position has like 500 games, and I'm analyzing that whole set of data in order to create a basic general opening theory for each of the positions.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning to one and all present here. Welcome to our presentation. I am Aryan Jain.
And I am Vatsal Gupta from KR Manglam World School GK2.
Today, we are going to present on the topic application of probability. We hope that by the end of our talk, you would have gained valuable insights and understanding on the topic.
The contents of this presentation include an introduction to probability, then its application on game theory, then further we will look about a real life example on game theory, and finally a strategic game explanation.
Now, let's look at some basics. What is probability? Probability is the measure of an event's likelihood, which cannot always be predicted with total certainty. For instance, rolling a die would result in any number from 1 to 6, with an equal chance of 1 by 6 or approximately 16.7% for each number. This means that we can expect any number from 1 to 6 with an equal average of once per roll.
Probability theory finds its practical application in risk assessment, modeling, as well as predicting the outcomes of certain events. For example, in the current IPL tournament, probability can be applied to player statistics, past performance, and current form to predict the chances of winning or losing a game.
So you did pick up some practical examples, IPL and this. So do you think we can apply this to insurance sector?
obviously we can apply it to insurance sectors of predicting how people repay back their loans, or how people
Insurance will not talk of repaying. I mean, more.
So
Obviously, there
in
will
the
be premium,
insurance-
but then how probability comes into picture.
in the insurance sector, it can be used to predict the outcome of how likely a person crashes the car, for example, in a car insurance, or how some problems occur, natural calamities, etc.
Okay. So, how we use for life insurance? What exactly probability plays a role there?
For life insurance, we can look at various factors like a person's health, as in if he gets sick,
So, if
or
there are two persons,
chances of accidents, or
so if there are two persons and both of them have some likelihood of living, so is it necessary that if one person dies, it affects the others also in probability or something like this if they are in a family?
probably, because in a family you can consider the emotional aspect as well.
Okay. Chalo, thank you.
Thank you.
About participating, learning from your experiences, which count, So in each experience, find out what you learned. There are going to be some winners or losers, so that is a part and parcel of the life. But it's not about failing. It is about the courage to continue, right? So I had a tough time, and I did learn something. The presentations were very well made, and most of you tried to touch to the practical aspect. So now, as you know, gradually we have the new education policy coming into picture, where you must know why mathematics. Where exactly, right? So mathematics is something which nobody can do away. Whether it was COVID, biologists, everywhere you need maths, but then you need to understand it. You need to learn it in a way where you can play with it, right? So it's not about just formulas and doing this kind of things. So today maths is used in coding, everything which you do, the chat GPTs, AIs. So maths has become, a very integral part of everyone, and you need to understand it. And gradually, as you go ahead, I would advise all of you to take part in maths. So